All right, guys, so today we have another fun one for you. I don't know if you've ever experienced this before. We got a 99 Ford Explorer. Yes, one thing Ford did right is they circled their problem right here. So they did that right. But in this 99 Ford Explorer, we picked this up for a guy that is in need of a vehicle, a family that's in need. So we've been looking for a car. We actually paid a mechanic to fix his car. He hasn't done anything. That's a whole nother story. But we grabbed this one to get him a vehicle. The downside of this one is that it has a problem where coolant is getting into the transmission. We know that really the only place that can happen is in the radiator. So internally the radiator's bypassing, pressure's building, it's pumping coolant into the transmission, which is bad. Very bad. No, bad. So it's being a bad boy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop the radiator out, swap on it with a new one, and then we'll drop the trans pan, put a new filter in there, get everything flushed out as best we can, try and get all the fluids out of here. I don't have a transmission flush machine. You don't either. That's why you're watching this video. So we're gonna show you the best way that we know how to do this. Can't tell you it's right, but it'll get it done. Then we're all gonna cross our fingers today. As a matter of fact, one of the things that'll help is if you give us a like, this is more likely to run proper. Just so you know. So stop right now, like the video, it takes 2 seconds, subscribe, and that'll help this car to work. So we can go help a family out that's in need. He just got a job, just got a new apartment. We're gonna give him a car. So let's, let's hope, let's pray. Let's do all the things, man, that we need to do so that we can make sure that this is right. I'm gonna stop talking. We're going to pop the cap off this thing. It's the first step we're gonna do. We just pulled it in on the lift. If you don't have a lift, you can do this on the ground. It's okay. You can fully do this, okay? I'm gonna pop the cap off so we can get this thing drained. We're gonna put it up in the air. I got a bucket here, pull the radiator out, and then drop the transmission, and then we'll go chase parts. I looked them up, they're available. They're in stock. So let's get this thing up in the sky. We'll start pulling stuff off. I'm not worried about pulling anything off of here yet. We're just gonna, we want to get the juice out of it. And this does have a drain plug or a petcock. And yes, I already checked it. I mean, it's fine. It's stable enough. Okay. We did this already before we got on camera. We got her up in the air right here. Ford made it convenient because they know you're gonna have to work on it. Right here's your petcock. We're just gonna put the bucket underneath there, twist that little lever, knob, doodad, whatever you call it, I don't know. And we're just gonna try and grab this stuff in a bucket, you know? It's making noise, but that's just the shroud. Ooh, look at that juice. Some good stuff. Look at me, not making a mess for once. We'll make a mess later, don't worry. Don't you worry none. We will definitely make a mess. We have most of what we need, but not everything. We'll go ahead and bring that back down. Let it drain into the bucket. And while we're doing that, we'll start pulling some stuff apart. What do you think? All right, I agree. We're gonna go get the air filter out of the way, the air filter housing. Oh, I forgot to bring one of them, didn't I? So we unplugged our mass airflow. Unplug this doodad, our breather. I need to go get an 8 mil. And by the way, it's hot. We went to church this morning, as we regularly do on Sundays, because I need my Jesus. But it's here. It's here. Loosen the clamp. Careful now. These things like to rot out and go bad, so careful. Just careful. Careful. All right. You could throw it. It's fine. You might break stuff, but the rubber they made. Look at this. That's from that rubber. It just like it's this crappy. I don't know what they made that stuff out of. It's terrible. Yeah, air filter. Let's see here. She's fine. Pretend like we didn't see all that dust. All right. Oh, do we need this again? All right. Simple. Right. Break that zip tie. Pull this guy out of the way. Pull this guy out. That just connects to your overflow. So we'll just disconnect her there and let it leak there. Yep. And then we just got a couple guys to pull here, man. Not terribly difficult. This one's actually fairly easy. Again, Ford knows you're going to work on them, so, you know, they made them a little bit easier. If you want to, you can be safe and pull the battery cable. I don't want to. Okay? I just don't want to. Yell at me in the comments. I'd go for it. These should be 10 mils right here. A couple 10 mils for the shroud. One there. One over here. We shouldn't have to remove the fan on this one. I'm gonna put everything on the cart so the bolts don't turn into, you know, molten lava in the sun. This just lifts up, and we just need to slide it back and out of the way. So far, so good, right? Easy. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the upper radiator hose. I can hear that my fluids have slowed down. So we're gonna go ahead and start loosening up the upper. 8 millimeter on the clamp. Pretty standard. You know, most hose clamps are 8 mils. Yep, there's a little bit. Oh, there's some in that engine. There's our mess we were looking for. There we go. Now we've made a proper mess. Awesome. We'll get the lower one from the bottom because somebody conveniently rotated that clamp down, which is nice. We got the trans line right here, the trans line down there. I believe those are 17, but I'm not 100% on that. Nope, I was wrong. I brought every tool but the one I needed. I gotta go get a 16. Did you miss me? I was gone for like 2 seconds. I know. All right, always remember, lefty tighty, righty loosey, glass ships sink houses. We're gonna try and get this guy free. Again, I've told you guys this 100 times, but for those of you that are new that aren't subscribed yet and should be, I don't like to just pull on things. It seems like people want to just grab these things and just pull. Don't do that. Tap, 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 tap it. Oh, and it's spinning everything. So we're going to have to get another wrench on that one to hold that collar. And then, did you move? Is it hot where you're at? Because it sucks here. What? We need to build a cover. I keep saying that and I just don't do it. Let me go get something to hold that guy. And then we'll pull that loose. Nothing quite like a Mexican speed wrench. You know, not offensive. Don't get mad at me. It's just, it is what it is, okay? We have names for things as mechanics. I can't say all of them on here because then people will get really offended, but you know, they'll get over it. I don't know, whatever. See, why didn't you just do that in the first place? I don't understand. We're gonna make a bit of a mess with this one. I just know we are. As a matter of fact, before I even do that one, I'm gonna try to tackle the bottom one here, see if it'll be nice to me or not. Let's hope. Let's hope it's nice. Probably not. It's a Ford. Fords don't like to be nice. Really? Can you, I mean, I'm glad you were holding on, but let go. Jeez. This one's a lot more fun to get to because you got stuff in the way. You know, they can't make them easy. They make them easier because you know you're gonna work on it. It's a Ford. But I don't know, man. Try and get a grip on this guy. We're not too worried about hurting the radiator because, well, we're replacing it. Yeah. You know, when life gives you lemonade, you make lemons. Something like that. ideally we want to use a line wrench on this, but my line wrench is in there and I'm not, so oh, we were just on it. Settle down. This is where you rip your knuckles apart on the radiator. Just so you know, it's usually the time you destroy your knuckles and give yourself a good scar for, you know, stories for later when your kids are like, why do you have scars on your hands, Dad? Yeah, because I worked on people's crap. Really, you're gonna be that difficult, huh? Now this might leak a little bit of fluid when you pull the line. Jeez. And that's okay. That's what you want it to do. All right. This is the reason why people in Arizona, mechanics, carry a cooler. It's not for their lunch. It's for their tools. Ugh. All right, we're gonna pull this lower hose. Boy, I'm getting like delirious already. Well, that thing's barely holding on. That might need a new clamp. That looked like it really wasn't. Really didn't have a lot of meat to it. We're gonna replace that clamp. You know, this thing's still leaking. We're gonna lower this back down so we can get as much of it in the bucket as possible. Go inside, cool off for a minute while this leaks down, and then we'll pop that lower hose. And guys, we're not far away from pulling this thing. I mean, I think we have like 2 bolts. Yeah, we have 2 bolts and that radiator's out. We can pull the bolts. They're already hot. Let's just go ahead and loosen them now. Why not? You convinced me. You made it so. You guys said, well, just do it now. Just do it. Okay, fine. 1 bolt on the top here, and 1 bolt on the top on the other side. But Brandon, I don't have one of those fancy ratchets. Neither do I. It's not fancy. You can use hand tools. It just takes a little bit longer. See, not fancy. Just throw them. So, lines out, lines out. Bolts out, bolts out. This will lean forward and we'll be able to lift it up. I just want to wait for this to finish leaking so we can get all the rest of the coolant out of it and we don't have a major mess. We've already made a little bit of one. So I'm gonna actually lift up to one side, kind of give it a little bit of help, and then you know, let it finish leaking. We were already packing up with stuff anyways. So this will be good. We'll let it leak out a little bit. We'll come back and yank this thing. Maybe in the meantime, we'll go get parts. My car's air conditioned. So is, oh, Smiley's. Auto Farts. They're air conditioned too. Maybe we'll go over there and get some parts for this thing. Well, this is just kind of... We'll be back. All right, we're back. We went to Smiley Auto Farts and picked up radiator and filter and some fluid and all that kind of stuff. I think I've made a decision on the way here, by the way, as I was driving. I didn't tell Drew about this. It was just an internal conversation I had in my own little crazy mind. But we're gonna get this thing on. I'm gonna change the filter. Because I don't have a flush machine, I really want to get all the coolant out of this. So I think what we're gonna do is just get the filter changed, get the radiator changed, get everything buttoned up. And then I'm gonna run this by a shop that has a trans flush machine. So we'll have good trans fluid in it, so we're not destroying the trans more. But I am gonna run it by a shop and have them go ahead and do a flush. We'll just pay the money to somebody else. Yes, there's ways I can do it. I can get a bucket, a jug, and I can have it suck from one area. The trans has its own pump. We can make our own little thing. I ain't got time for that, bro. Okay? I ain't got time for that. None of us got time for that. Let me pop this thing in the air, take the lower radiator hose off. Actually, maybe I don't even need to do that. Let's see. Can I get my fat monkey arms down in here? Yeah, nope. No. Maybe. Right here, there's a hole that we might be able to get to. And Oh my goodness, we're gonna dump stuff everywhere, aren't we? Perfect. You guys hear that? That was sweat off my back. That was not coolant. Even the rags don't want to work. Hot. Stay overcast, would you? Thank you. Okay. Everything's out. Now just carefully, slowly wiggle these things out of here. And then just carefully, very carefully now, set it aside. Okay? Careful. You don't want to hurt it. Careful. Okay, now that we got that out, one of the things we'll do is I'm going to leave the radiator out for now. Yes, I can stab the new one in. We can hook stuff up, but we do want to try to get some of the fluid out of here. Some of the bad trans fluid. We do want to try and get it out of here. So what we're going to do is here in a minute, probably going to fire up the old rattle box over there, you know, the air compressor, and shoot some air through these lines just to try and push out anything we can. And we're going to try to do that without making a mess. Yeah, right. So let's go and get this thing back up in the air. We'll drop the trans pan. I'm sure that'll make a nice little mess, and we'll change on that filter wherever I put it, and yeah, then we'll go blow some air through this thing and stab the new radiator. We're on a home stretch, guys. I don't understand this though, man. Like, might be able to reuse these things, but look how, I mean, like, dude, I untwisted that thing like a little bit, and there's just not a lot of, I don't know. But it's better than these little spring factory ones. I'll tell you that. Right meow. All right, let's get this in the air. It's always so fun when this thing reaches the top and it's like, wibble wobble, ding, 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 ding. We didn't do too bad on the messes. The coolant, I mean, usually you're not going to see bad coolant. I mean, it doesn't look like there's trans fluid in there. Why? Because there's not. Should we use this as like the swamp cooler and put it behind the fan? No. That'd be gross. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Hello, Mr. Fan. All right. We have one of these things, which is nice and handy dandy. I'll tell you that. One thing I don't have is they make a nice little like insert for these that help the splash. So we will be in the splash zone while we're doing this. And you know, in typical Ford fashion, there's no drain plug. We're not replacing the pan, otherwise I'd just stab a hole in this sucker. But we're gonna drop this trans pan. Hello. Hello. It sounds bad. I don't know what bad sounds like, but it sounds bad. So we're gonna grab the socket for it. Just buzz off all these bolts. Drop it down. Oh, new fuel filter. Look at that. This guy really took care of this thing. Shiny parts. It's nice when you buy an older vehicle and it has shiny parts. That's pretty. We have a minor leak somewhere up here. I don't know what that is. But it's minor, which means it's not major. But there's clean oil. Tastes good. Less filling. Did they put the cotter pins? They actually put cotter pins in that. You know how many times they do these and you don't see cotter pins? And you're like, who on earth is trying to kill somebody? Not me. All right, tools. That's what I needed to do. Huh, we'll just throw them in the trash. Yep. That's not the way. That's not the way at all. Not at all. Just pull all these bolts. This will probably be like 2 seconds for you guys. That's always an interesting sign though when it's already starting to leak. It means the gasket was working real well. Just saying. There we go. Uh-huh. I'm bleeding. I think I'm dying. Somebody call an ambulance. Where'd that bolt go? There it is. Found it. Don't worry. It's right there. I was trying to do this and stay pretty. Oh, I can see what's wrong though. That gasket is just not happy. It's all cracked and broken like it should be. Alright, so here's the fun part. And I'll tell you guys. It always makes for good video, but I'm not gonna, hopefully not gonna do it. You pull that last bolt and you're not paying attention, this pan drops down, it hits, it just splashes all over. Look at how nasty that stuff is. Ew. It's definitely got goo in it. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's not fun for anybody. Would you stop leaking up? Just because I push right there doesn't mean you got a leak on me. Maybe it does. I don't know. See if we can get some of this drained out. I'm going to loosen this one. Don't take it all the way out now, Brandon, because then you're going to do the thing you tell everybody not to do. That sucks. Yep. So I'm going to support the pan, take that last bolt out, and hopefully, with any luck and a little bit of skill, we can, oh, good word. Thank you, Ford. Now you have a choice, right? Do we dump this on the exhaust or do we dump this on everything else? Ugh. Look at that. That, my friends, es no bueno. It's like milk. So one of the things we're going to do is I'm going to tip this guy over here. Look at that. I mean, that looks like a really good shake. I'm going to let this drip a minute. All over the place. We're doing a pretty good job of catching it, I think. Grab myself a rag. Clean yourself up! And then we'll get this guy out. Here's our filter right here. We just got to pull that filter down. We got one bolt in the middle. Looks to be like maybe an 8 mil. And we'll buzz that guy out. Then there's an O-ring or two to replace. And I think at this point, what I might even do is lower this down and hopefully get down enough that I can shoot some air back this way through both of the lines. And with any luck, we'll make a giant mess. But we definitely got to get, I think this was caught early enough. So what we're going to do is I'm going to clean out the pan a little bit too. And then we're going to look and see if there's any schmutz in there. Like clutch material and all this stuff. There's a magnet inside the pan. Right there. And we're going to see. Actually, we can just check it right now. Let's see. There's going to be some sludge and stuff on there. But, I mean, yeah, there's definitely clutch material. But nothing more than the average for the amount of miles that are on this vehicle. Not terrible. Yeah, tastes like high mileage sludge with coolant. Guy hasn't had breakfast yet. Is that a protein shake? Say it's good to have metals in your body to a certain extent. Is that iron? Iron's good for me, right, Drew? Maybe we'll lick it clean. All right, let me let this drip for a second. Get this all off of me. And then we'll come back to it. And we'll swap on that filter. We're almost done. We're on the tail end. I'm telling you, it's quick. We got enough air pressure. All right, I found a hose that really doesn't fit. You can look down here what I've done. So basically connected this hose here, barely on there. It'll probably shoot off and make coolant and trans fluid and stuff go everywhere. But we crammed that down on the bottom line. We're gonna come in this top line right here. I've got one of these air blowers with a little rubber nipple on it. And well, let's see if we can aim that a little bit better so we're not shooting it right all over your legs there, Drew. And then I just ran it down into a bucket down here in hopes that the hose stays in. We're gonna see what happens. So I did put a little bit of brake cleaner in here while you guys weren't looking. So we're just gonna blow through the lines. You can hear it down there. So I'm going to try to blow out of what I can. I might even put some more brake clean in there and just shove it through. They do make fluids and stuff that you should put in here. I don't have any of that. So we're going to make do with what we got, which is, you know, good old brake cleaner. It'll only hurt a little bit for just a second, but the trans will get over it. Spent about 3 cans of brake cleaner down below, cleaning the trans, cleaning the pan. We didn't show you guys any of that. That's just cleaning. I mean, it's just, that's all it is. You know, the basic stuff. Shoot it in your eyes about 3 times. Basics, right? Oh yeah. And we're making a mess underneath. Jerry, you want to show that? We're shooting stuff everywhere. We're gonna call that good enough for government work. You know, we're about out of air. The bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word and the monkey ate my mango. But I came back. You guys don't even know that, do you? The monkey ate my mango. Alright, anywho. And what? Why? I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and compare this filter to the old one. Yep, looks the same. Pretty easy. This one came in a whole bunch of pieces. The filter, 2 O-rings, which we already stabbed on there. Don't have to show you how to put an O-ring on. If I do, take your car to a mechanic, please. A new bolt goes right in that hole. There's only one place for a bolt to go. I mean, I guess you could put it in there, but it ain't gonna do you any good. It'll just, you know, do harmful things. So a new bolt and a gasket, which we don't need silicone. We don't need anything funny for that. We're okay. We put a bunch of floor dry down because we made a mess, and we probably need a bunch more, but that's okay. It's all right. We're okay. I promise. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of tranny fluid, you know, Bud Light for those of you that remember those times, which should be everybody. And we're gonna lubricate the gaskets, aka O'Reilly rings. So I'm just gonna make a bigger mess than what's already part of me, but I don't have a mess in here yet, so why not make one in here, you know? And we're just gonna put a little bit of fluid on the O-rings, just, you know, so they get a little juicy. That just helps them roll into their spot without rolling off of their spot. We also went ahead and cleaned everything. We just shot everything with about 412 cans of brake cleaner, including the pan. So that's all taken care of. So we can go ahead and go back together. I've gotten about as far as I want to go with this. Because like I said, I don't have a trans flush machine. Now, big hole, small hole, big hole, small hole. We did clean it. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's been sitting here dripping. We did let it dry, so it's not full of brake clean anymore. We sat there and blew it out. You guys saw that. And just put the bolt in. You know? Where did I put my gun? There it is. Now, make sure you hammer this until the bolt breaks. That's when you know it's too tight. And then when you fish the old bolt out and you start all over again, you know not to tighten it that tight. You know? So we're just gonna kind of snug it. We'll go back and check it with the little thing. We'll torque it. Okay, just for you guys, I'll torque it. There we go. Get the old handy dandy torque wrench out. Make sure you go in the right direction. Put it on the bolt. And, you know. Click. Nope. Now you gotta do a second torque. Click. Now for the fun part. gasket. I can sweat my eyes. My eye sockets are sweating. I don't know if it's I think my eyes themselves are sweating. Where did I put that socket? Did I throw it away? I might have. It's either chapstick in my pocket or you're happy to see me. Found it! Cool. Alright. Gasket. Make sure it's all nice and twisted. And usually the holes are just small enough to hold the bolts in place. So you don't really have to worry about a mangled gasket. You can actually set a lot of the bolts in and just push your gasket over them. My mango ain't coming back. Yeah, the monkey ate my mango. Oops, the monkey ate my mango. Come on now. Work with me here, bud. So this is kind of one of the things that I just like to do. Kind of helps to keep it, because otherwise you're sitting there fighting this gasket trying to put this thing in. And it's just not fun. Now if you have a cork gasket, like some of the older ones come with, typically don't have the same issue, and you're probably going to put a little silicone on it. On these rubber gaskets, I don't put silicone. They don't come from the factory that way, and we know Fords don't leak, ever. So we're going to put it back the way the factory decided they wanted to do it, because, you know, engineers know way more than us. You know, like how to design things that are a pain to fix. Actually did a pretty good job on this one. But again, Ford knows. There's going to be fingers in here a lot. It may sound like I'm bashing on Ford. It's because I am. I'm not a Ford hater, I'm just not a Ford liker. Does that make sense? Not a huge fan of the Ford. A lot of you guys will hate me for this. I'm actually a fan of Chrysler. I know. Weird, right? Usually if you're not a Ford fan, then you're a fan of Chevy and a Ford, whatever. God, it's hot. Okay, where did my rag go? Where, honestly, oh, get out of my eyes. I need my rag. Okay, it's right here. Don't worry, we're coming back. All right. Trans fluid. Oh, brake cleaner. Yeah, found it. It's on that part of the rag. Okay, as you can see, we cleaned the pan. She's pretty. Got all this stuff out of it. Did I clean the bottom side of the pan? Don't really feel like I need to. I'm just gonna clean this surface real quick now that we're kind of slowed down on the drippage. Then we're gonna just stab this guy. You'll notice there's a little bumpy bump on the side of the trans. There's a bumpy bump there. So just, you know, do what you can to get it up in there somehow, some way. I don't know. How did we get this out of here? Honestly, it throws a shoe. I know that came out of there, right? Didn't it? There we go. Okay, that's how it's gonna go in. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. I remember now. I really do. Yeah, there's some fluid getting on the gasket. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's gonna be fine. Trust me. Or don't. I don't really care. Okay, I know. I'm talking too much. Here we go. Shh. If you whisper to it, it goes in right where you need it to. And then you do the cardinal rule of no-nos and just, you know, slowly start them. Don't freaking rip on them, guys. If it's cross-threaded, it'll stay that way when you rip on it. It won't heal itself. So we're just gonna go around, just kind of loosely put these things in. We're not hammering any of them down. We're just getting them all started. I know, I've always said don't do this. For anybody that's watched me for any more than, you know, the last 3 minutes of skipping through, you've heard me say don't do this. But sometimes you gotta. Only 4 of them cross-threaded. Perfect. Cross-threads the tightening. So now we're going to go in the next pattern. And I'm not hammering on them. It may sound like it, but trust me, I'm not. I know I missed the X on that one. It's okay. See that? Now I'm going to come back. I'm just going to tighten them up with the ratchet. I want to feel it. Okay? When you tighten them up, you're going to kind of just feel that. Feel the tension. If you want, look up the torque settings and click, 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 click till your little heart's content. I ain't going to do that. I want you to know where my torque wrench is. Okay? I got this torque wrench. And I know that this can do like 10 inch-pounds at least. At least. So I ain't got to worry. All right? So I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to go around, hand torque all these things. We'll let this sucker down and we'll start on the top end again. Going back together. We're almost there. Dang. Thank you, clouds. Thank you, Lord. A little bit of shade. It's kind of nice. Good Lord is good. The bad Lord is bad. Huh. Explain that one. All right. Now we just got to put a radiator in. Fancy this thing is, man. They come with a go handle. Because they know you're probably going to be walking down the road with it. It's a Ford. Just kidding. Settle down, Ford guys. We'll all be okay together. Oh, God. Oh, just call me when you're stuck on the side of the road. And if you're in a different state or country, it's your own problem. Can't help you. All right, make sure we put that there where we can kick it and bend all the fins. And this guy, well, we almost forgot it, you know? So we're gonna hang this thing. We're gonna give the fan its necklace back. You know, make sure we put it upside down, so we have to take everything back apart. Because why not? New radiator, look at that. Brand freaking new. Pull the plugs off, guys. You can't get your trans lines back in with those in your way. Let's save on them. You'll use them again. All right, look at this. It comes with the new rubbers. See? Yeah. You don't even need to rob anything off the old one. How nice is that? And Murray is stepping up their game. I will tell you what. Okay. Simple. Stab. Stabbing. Move out of the way. Yep. Over that way. Down there. There's a little hooky dude sits in. Get past that. Around that. Over to this side. And we're almost there. That's in my way. That, just honestly, why are you, it's just, it's those things. Everything has to get in the way of something, you know? Right. Bring it back out. Shift that over, and then it can go down. There we go. I think. Almost. There. Now it's in. Easy as pie. All right. Remember those 2 bolts you took out earlier? I hope you do. Do you remember where you put them? Well, I really hope you do. Because they got to go back in. Otherwise, your radiator is going to fall out. And, like I said in Chernobyl, right? They don't like fallout. Is that Chernobyl? I don't know. Why are you not? Seriously? That's complex studies. Oh, let's see. And snap. Perfect. See? That's how we know when they're tight. Now this guy, come on, yeah. Did I actually put that in crooked? I think I did. Ah, yay for me. I put that in crooked. Now all of you guys saw that and none of you told me. This is what the heat will do to you. Man, I thought you guys loved me. I really did. It goes like this, guys. Seriously. It's other people's children. And then this just, you know, falls right into place like it should, you know. And click. Perfect. lid on that before we dump it everywhere, eh? Okay now. Okay now. This goes right back on. There's two little hookers that it sits on that are mounted to the radiator. Well, not hookers, but hooks. If you're mounted to hookers, you got a different problem, and you're on the wrong channel. Just saying. Just saying. Now I'm going to start that lower trans line. Well, I got everything loose before I make too big of a mess here. That just threads right back in, hopefully. I have to bend it just a little bit. So we did a little bit of tweaking on it when we were, you know, doing stuff. Oh, there's the neighbor. Always coming over here and bugging. We're working on a Ford Explorer, Dwayne.
I can see that.
And these things are Fords. And they're junk.
But they're always first on race day.
Found on road dead. First on race day. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Go ahead, listen to it. There we go. Alright, always be careful on these things, guys. I've told you before, I'll tell you again. They're easy to cross thread. So just do it by hand. Don't start throwing wrenches on until it starts threading in over, you know, see that one's going in nice. And then we can tighten them up. You need Jesus! Oh, hi. He's gone. Oh, just kidding. I like Dwayne. He's a good guy. All right, guys. I tightened up all the bolts, put the lines back in. We tightened them up. Put all your lines back. Everything that you took off, snap it back on. There's a breather here and a overflow there and here, there, and everywhere. Buck here and a buck chuck there and here a bear there. Yeah, anyways. We're going to put all this back together. I think I might, well, let's see if this one will work. I don't know. I might get a bigger clamp. We'll see. 8 mil there, bud. Use a nut driver. I'll tell you this, the only thing I don't like using on these hose clamps is a screwdriver. I hate using flatheads. Those are the worst possible things to use. We'll put the hose back on, we'll put the cover back on, everything's here, okay? I just gotta put that lower hose on and clamp it, like Jed clamp it. Oh, we gotta put this on too. Why does the ground keep getting further and further away? I don't understand. Oh, that's not even tight. Well, that could be part of your problem there, bud. Let's go ahead and tighten that guy up. Somebody, oh, that's funny. So these are a security Torx bit. They're the Torx that have the hole in the middle. And somebody went and ground them down so they don't have to do security anymore. So now I have to use a flathead. Right after I get done telling you guys how much I hate flatheads, this thing looks at me and says, well, here's a flathead for you. So somebody ground it down because they didn't have the right tool, didn't want to go buy it, ground a notch in it, went through all that trouble, and didn't even bother to tighten it down. Okay there, bud. No problem. Sure, that's the way it should be there, you know, bud. Oh, this stuff is, this rubber, I'm telling you, they made, I don't know what it's just nasty. It's made out of like squid ink and rat guts or something. It's not made out of anything good, let's put it that way. Perfect, because we don't want any unmetered air getting in now, do we? I'll raise this thing back up. I'm gonna put the lower clamp on. We're gonna top off the radiator. Maybe we'll put some trans fluid back in it. I don't know. We certainly dumped enough out. Probably a good idea to put some in. Yeah. I guess we'll do that. You guys don't need to see that. You know how to do topping off of fluids and all that stuff. I don't even know if I'm gonna use my fancy tool this time. I might just dump it in. Radiator hoses are low enough. This thing will burp just fine. You know, bleh. Get all the air out of it. So realistically, we're gonna check for leaks. We're gonna top off fluids. Make sure everything's tightened up. But we're gonna go drive this thing. And because you took the time to like this video, and because you took the time to make sure you're subscribed, I know for a fact that this thing's gonna do just fine. If you didn't do those things, you're just hoping for failure on my part. And I know some of you didn't, because I saw the fan was sideways and even tells me this is the top, caution, fan. You guys left me out hanging dry. I'm just, you know, not calling anybody out, but I'm calling everybody out. All right? Anywho, I appreciate you guys. You don't need to see any of this, but I appreciate you guys coming along. Hopefully this helped. Maybe not. I don't know. If anything, maybe it put a smile on your face. And that's good enough for me. So, we appreciate you guys. Love you. Check out the rest of our videos. They're right down here somewhere. Over there? I don't know. In this area. And let us know what you think. Always appreciate your comments. And do one more thing for me. Have an absolutely amazing, blessed day. Cool, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye. Bono! Where'd you go? That's all you get, huh? Thanks, Ford. Another glorious adventure of how do you smack your head on a hood? Wait, that is where the transmission fluid goes, right? Shoot.
So find out.
The one that says washer fluid's where I put the transmission, right? Because it's washing the transmission.
Yes.
What if you could drink this stuff? Now I'm curious. I've tasted it. Hasn't killed me. Warning! Cancer and reproductive harm. Well, if any of you guys out there are pregnant, don't drink it. El liquido de transmisión automatic. Oh, my bad. O'Reilly. Keep out of reach of children. Do not pollute. Let's cross that one out. Conserve resources. I'm not supposed to separate the stuff. I don't. Return used fluid to collection center. Please recycle container. Okay. I'm gonna recycle the fluid. But turning it into smoke and rolling coal down the road. This old trans fluid is going to clean my injectors. Once I get the water out of it. Probably won't happen. So we'll take it to the proper receptacles and dispose of it appropriately. Whatever that means. We'll make it happen. I don't even know why I'm talking to you. I ended this video a long time ago. Do I know why? Because you still haven't subscribed. Just won't listen. Is that what you got in trouble as a kid? Not listening.